So we have 3 topics today. Topic number 1 is the Internet Governance Forum. It happened in real time 2 days ago. Well, yeah, on the Thursday and Friday, the 26th and 27th. Internet Governance Forum, where they addressed a lot of stuff. We have the actual site, and we have somebody who did a summary on it on their blog.
So what was interesting for me, coming to the site for the first time, one of the opening lines on the site, it was that the team was selected to reflect the current climate in Trinidad and Tobago after being forced into the digital age.
I didn't even read that. Oh, the theme was selected to reflect the current climate after being forced into the... Who scripted that? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that is that's not something you want to open with. Much less have on your site, being forced into the digital age rather than, you take the initiative and, you plan.
Oh my goodness. That real third world kind of statement, we had to do this, because we didn't have a choice.
If it wasn't for COVID.
We would have never even think about this. Yeah, so they were saying creating a stronger, more resilient internet for Trinidad and Tobago, shared sustainable future. The word shared sustainable future, that's a real nice buzzword. Shared sustainable future. And they had some key words that they said, but we'll give our views on it just now. But you see that part where you point out we were forced into the digital age? I ain't liking it. I ain't liking it at all.
Why, but...
I ain't liking it at all. Well, let me jump to this man's blog now and talk about it, and then we'll come back and share our views. So Hassan, the IT guy from Trinidad and Tobago, he has a blog, trinbagotechie.blogspot.com. Big up to you, Hassan. He has a 5-paragraph summary. So we'll take a look at paragraph number 4 and 5. So he says, I will now share my takeaways from this year's sessions, which I also shared on Twitter under the hashtags TTIGF. Digital inclusion must be a top priority in our national agenda. Concerns about fragmentation and the need for a global and open internet exists. We need ways of measuring internet resilience. There's a proposal to set up a Caribbean Internet Resilience Task Force. We need to make more use of learning by doing. ICT in education needs to be more interactive, and teachers need to know how to use the different tools. We could develop our own local learning content and tools and reduce our dependence on foreign. That was for day 1. And then he says there are also 2 sessions for an open forum on day 2, and here are some of my takeaways. We are not about making things digital only. We want to make people's lives better. E-identity is a main project for the government this time in the digital transformation journey. The customer experience is very important for digital government. There are 2 types, those that were hacked and those that will be hacked. In the same way we progress, the threats also progress. Being prepared and having a good internet response plan is important. So those are his takeaways. And I got an email about this, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was invited via email. But I teach in Thursday and Friday, and sports day is Friday, so Thursday I had so much work to do and all that stuff. So I didn't have time to try to go. But based on his takeaways, it seems like they were speaking about a lot of things that day 1 was probably about where we are, and day 2 was about where we want to go, based on what it sounds like there. And some of the words that they use were internet resilience. Now, I don't know what internet resilience really means. When you hear internet resilience, what do you think that sounds like? What do you think the goal is?
I mean, I think it probably sounds like, how reliable the internet connection is, probably in terms of download speed, upload speed, security, all of that in one. That's what I probably gather from it.
I'm not too sure because when they say they want to set up a Caribbean Internet Resilience Task Force, what does a task force do to develop internet resilience? Is it knowledge of the internet or the actual uptime of the internet?
I know, resilience, that I guess, when you talk about resilience, as I said before, reliability, how well it performs. So I guess that might be it, But was more what I would find interesting, the takeaways from this, would be the mentioning of ICT in education as well as the cybersecurity aspects of it, So you being a teacher, but you were in that realm when we were forced into the digital age.
I feel they probably sent it to me because they know I'm a teacher, and they probably know that I was one of the teachers that was really helping people out a lot during the COVID times and whatnot with respect to ICT in education. But I have a bigger problem. My bigger problem is, why is IT not compulsory in more schools, right? Here why. The subjects we make compulsory in schools would be maths and English, right? And there's some schools that will make like Spanish compulsory because you need a foreign language, or literature compulsory, or some kind of thing like that. But I am of the firm belief that IT should be compulsory. Because I teach IT, I teach in IT for 11 years. And I teach in IT to a wide range of students. When I say wide range of students, I mean very, very bright and competent students and very, very not so book-based students. And all of them just do good. All of them just end up getting a 1. Because the thing is, IT is so practical that they could actually see a lot about how what you're learning is taking place right or wrong you at this point in time. Not to say that physics and chemistry and biology and them kind of thing don't take place, but IT moving at a pace where while I'm teaching you IT, you can clearly see something new about this thing that we're talking about that just happened within the last month or year. Whereas with physics, chemistry, biology, you could be like, well, in 10 years ago they made a discovery or some kind of thing like that. And I really believe IT should be compulsory, but
so you have to look at it along the spectrum and along the lines of what employers gonna be looking for, So for some employers, at the very basic level, maths and English. That's an easy sell for everybody, maths and English for most schools. But when you start to bring IT into it, and you have to look also not just that, your experience is probably your school, your particular with that particular level, but you have to look across the board for other schools as well.
Well, I teach lesson students
schools,
I teach lesson students from all kind of other schools to all kind of schools around the Caribbean and whatnot, and all of the lesson students go through and get the 1, 2, and a lot of the students that come on YouTube channel and whatnot, they do have a teacher in school, and they literally just telling me, well, all I do is watch your videos on YouTube and I get a 1, And I had to say to myself, well, it's not like I go put a big strain on the world, on the country if you don't make it. Because ICT is part of every curriculum in every other part of the country. Children learning to code from age 7. Yeah. And by the time them 15, them writing apps and putting it in the Play Store, while 15-year-olds that I dealing with now learning Hello World.
I get what you're saying, but I know it has students that are not gonna be able to do IT. Like, if you're looking at making a compulsion across the board, But I agree. Yeah. IT that should be compulsory.
At least let me tell you. At least what I think you do. You gotta be able to manipulate a spreadsheet. You see, manipulating a spreadsheet and putting a little formula, putting a little filter and that kind of thing in a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
That it had no company, nowhere, that not using a spreadsheet to collect data, and you need to be able to filter or summarize or some sort of calculation for that data. You like right now we using a spreadsheet to keep track of the articles that we're talking about. I ask her on a poll all the time. Anybody got a job and they do it in an office and they don't have to use a spreadsheet? Everybody say yes, they had to use one. Can't have a spreadsheet for something.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Not everybody in the system get towards a job in the office. So not everybody going and see the need, or not everybody going and have that affinity for IT. So that's what I think is something that I feel strongly about, and I probably agree it should be there, but it will be a hard sell versus maths and English. Because it has students, they're in the system, but they're not their brain not on IT, not on technical stuff, it's more towards trade stuff, more working hands-on. And getting a student like that to go in a lab and do IT, you know, I mean, maybe it could change, maybe the culture could change, maybe, you know, but it would take time and it's a harder sell, you know, but...
Boy, I'll tell you, like, I met a past student the other day, did physics, chemistry, no. I don't know, I can't remember what they do in Form 6. It was languages or something. And she meet me and be like, sir, guess what I'm doing now? I was like, what? Computer science.
I could tell you a personal story. Me,
Yeah.
for CXC, I do maths, physics, chemistry, bio, geography, English, be add maths, no IT. Form 6, I do biology, physics, and maths. No IT, no comms. Only when I went to UA, I do IT, you know, so...
Yeah.
I almost a similar response, but...
And she told me, she was like, well, so you see where the world going, right? So I just try to make sure I have a chance out here. And
But the thing is too,
I was
like when you come from a science background, a STEM background, it's much easier to divert and do IT or even to go into business. But if you come from a business or a background that in the arts or a background that is society, it's harder to get into a science background.
yeah,
You know,
that's true.
It's easier to transition from any science subject to IT, to engineering, to computer science, to medicine. But the other way around, from business or from humanities into that section, it is be harder.
All right, I get you.
But
All right.
I rail for it, but I could see how it would be
It's
a hard sell.
a big decision to make. It's a big decision if you want to do that.